The water fall naturally to the ground, mimicking rain. The thunder that you're hearing all around us, that's what we call a pre-recording or a sound effect. It's just playing off the speakers that we put in the buildings. And the lightning you're seeing flash occasionally, that's just a strobe light that we've installed on the tops of the roof. All right, my friends up in the booth, this is great. Can we turn off the water, please? Check 2, do you copy? Can we turn off the water? We don't want to cause a flash flood. We're too late, everybody. Hang tight. You don't see that every day. I do. Every single day. Now that flash flood may look a little familiar to you. We've seen a movie with Frankie Muniz, Paul Giamatti, and Amanda Bynes called Breaking That Line.
I like that movie. I really like that
In just a few
movie.
moments, we're going to turn the corner and you're going to get another opportunity to see our Jaws attraction coming up on our right-hand side. But while we're passing the attraction, I'm going to have Steven Spielberg tell us a little bit more about the making of the Jaws attraction here on our studio tour.
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the trap. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on Universal lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created. I'm done bashing the shark. Thank you, Jaws, for everything you've done for me. But I will say, consistently, the shark did work much better on the tour than it did in the Atlantic Ocean in 1974.
We're now traveling down the residential part of our back lot. On our right-hand side, you're going to see our chicken ranch. This set was built for a film called The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, starring Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds. LMFAO even Party Rock the Night Away with their music video, Sorry for Party Rocking. And Rob Zombie transformed that chicken ranch into a house of 1,000 corpses for his film of the same name. On our left-hand side, you're going to see the opening of Colonial Street, one of the most popular places to film on our backlot. So popular, it's currently closed for production. Actually getting ready to film down there. But that's where Seth MacFarlane filmed his new Ted series for Peacock. That was also Wisteria Lane for all seasons of Desperate Housewives. But speaking of famous neighborhoods, coming up on our left-hand side, you're going to see the signs for Lion Estates from Back to the Future. Live in the home of tomorrow today. These are replicas created for the 35th anniversary of the film, starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. Now, fun fact about this movie. One of the executive producers of the film is none other than Steven Spielberg. And Steven Spielberg, when he read the original version of the script, he had an issue with it. And the issue was that the time machine wasn't the time machine that we all know today. It was actually a refrigerator. And he was concerned that if kids really liked the movie, they might want to start playing in refrigerators. And that doesn't seem safe at all, which is why they changed it to that very iconic car that not a lot of kids could get their hands on. Here to tell us a little bit more about his special history with us here at Universal once again is Steven Spielberg.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. It was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom, and when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left, and then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. So they're made all over the world, on locations, but most of it was focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
So if you're wondering why we don't give out bathroom breaks during the studio tour anymore, you can always blame Mr. Steven Spielberg for sneaking onto our lot like that. Well, he definitely doesn't need to sneak onto our lot anymore. In fact, one of the largest singular sets on our back lot belongs to him. Welcome to the spectacular crash site from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning. The plane that you're seeing on our right-hand side is completely real. That is a real 747 airplane that they had destroyed specifically for this movie. It cost the production about $60,000. Not too bad for an entire airplane, but that's probably because it's an older model of an aircraft. In fact, grown-ups, do you notice anything about the armrests out there? There's ashtrays. Kids, fun history lesson. Back in the day, you could smoke on airplanes.
Oh my God.
I know, it sounds crazy when you say it out loud now. But the airplane itself may have cost $60,000 to purchase, but they did get charged about $250,000 just to get it here on flatbed trucks. So that's where they get you folks, shipping and handling fees, so watch out. But let's watch this crash site in action from this scene in War of the Worlds. Take a look.
The airplane crash set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision that Steve had.
And to sit down and talk about War of the World, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good.
There's the landing gear.
Bobby, get in. Get in. That's here. That's right here.
Steven Spielberg graciously donated this set to us once he finished filming War of the Worlds. He just had one stipulation, which was to not have anything else film on the sets for at least 5 years so that audiences around the globe could associate the crash site with his movie first, War of the Worlds. But from one of the most elaborate sets on our lot to one of the most iconic on our right-hand side, you're going to see the Psycho house from Alfred Hitchcock's classic 1960 thriller Psycho. Wave hello to Mother. She's in the second story.
She's up there behind.
On our left-hand side, you're going to see the Bates Motel, as well as our step-off experience. Now, for the first few years of our studio tour, we actually allowed guests to get off of the vehicle, check out a little bit of our backlot, take photos with props, picture cars, and set pieces from their favorite productions. Well, just for the 16th anniversary, we've brought that opportunity back for a limited time. So you're going to be getting off of the trams, plenty of photo opportunities out there. You can enhance some of them with the Universal Cinematic AR filter on Instagram. Follow us at Uni Studios or scan any of the QR codes out there. Or maybe you want to take a picture with a Hollywood sign on our right-hand side. That is a scale replica. While we're celebrating our 16th anniversary, the Hollywood sign is celebrating its centennial year, which is pretty incredible. Now, this is a limited stop, folks, so whenever you're ready to continue on with the tour, simply follow the signs out there. You may be boarding a different vehicle with a different guide, so make sure to gather up all your personal belongings, as well as your 3D glasses, because you will need them once you resume the tour.
Oh, we gotta get another.
But in just a few moments, our STs will be coming around to open up those tram gates, so watch your arms, legs, and feet as the tram gates open up.
Mom, can you put this in my book bag?
For my guests waiting to board this tram, we ask that you remain on ET on a bicycle. But I hope everyone got their selfies, their photos. Did you take a picture with Bruce the shark? Stick your head in Bruce's mouth, a very iconic Universal photo. I have one from the 90s myself. You know who would have loved that Bruce photo op is actually Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele is a huge fan of the movie Jaws. He's also a huge fan of our studio tour, and here he is to tell us a little bit more about that. Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible mission and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Planet, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park. Over there, look into the Winking Well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Right. A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso Experience, built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy of the gold rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of the hotspot. Welcome to the world of no.
Were designed by Ruth DeYoung, the production designer. She was also the production designer for Oppenheimer, which has won Best Picture at this year's Academy Awards. You can also currently stream Oppenheimer on our streaming platform Peacock. But right now we're headed towards the part of the studio where we once had an attraction called the Doomed Glacier Expedition, better known as the Ice Tunnel. Featured an episode of The $6 Million Man starring Lee Majors and Andre the Giant as Bigfoot. The tram would climb to an imaginary elevation of 12,000 feet, and the only way back to the theme park was through the ice tunnel, where the slightest sound could trigger an avalanche, and it always did, causing the walls to spin and the guests to tilt along to the Hollywood special effect. From tilting to drifting, what's in place of our ice tunnel is now Fast and the Furious Supercharged, the grand finale of the studio tour. Friendly reminder to remain seated at all times with your arms and legs inside the vehicle. Secure any loose belongings, because here's what's going down. There's a witness aboard this tram under the Federal Protection Program, and the leader of an international crime syndicate named Owen Shaw is after this witness. So we're going to need the help of Dominic Toretto, Luke Combs, and the rest of the family to help find them. We're headed into Sullivan's Truck Repair. This is a known street racer hangout, so keep your eyes peeled, because you never know who or what you might run into. We're supposed to meet one of Hobbs' friends inside this first area. I'm going to be honest, though. I did not catch that person's name.
Roman Pierce.
Oh,